Class we are going to discussing about the properties of variance. Today class we are going to discussing about the standard deviation. The standard deviation. In last class we are defining that what is the properties we are having for a variance. The variance properties we are discussing in the last class. Today class also you can see that the remaining properties. Before going to that, how to writing the moments about a origin and the moments about the mean value. For the finding those moments, we can able to consider the assumptions are we can take in the real function g of x. G of x. It is consider is x power n. The g of x is a real value function. It is having g of x is equal to x power n. G of x is equal to x power n. For out taking this one, we can able to apply the expectation on g of x. Expectation on g of x. We can writing expectation of g of x is equal to expectation of x power n. X power n. This can be representing the nth moment of a random variable about the origin. About the origin, this can representing the moment about the origin. For in case of the moment about the mean value, that is a central moment. The central moment you can able to define g of x. G of x is equal to x minus x bar whole power n. Whole power n. In this case, we can consider the g of x is a real function. It is a real values function. Otherwise, the g of x is containing the real values. Real values. Those real values we can able to writing is x minus x bar. Why you can representing like this? Here, the moment of a random variable we can representing with respect to mean. With respect to mean value, you can able to defining that. That's we can representing g of x is equal to x minus x bar whole power n. For nth moment, you can able to writing so m suffix n is equal to expectation of g of x. Expectation of g of x. Here we are not consider small m. Why? The moment about the here the expectation value of g of x, in this case we have taken that as a moment is m suffix n. For in case of the central moments, we can able to take in the mu suffix n. Mu suffix n is equal to expectation of g of x. The quantity is the expectation of x minus x bar whole power n. Whole power n. These are the formulas we are having in the moments of random variable. The moments of random variable. In these moments, the second central moment we are calling. The second central moment we are calling the variance. The second central moment is called variance. We are representing with sigma x square. Sigma x square. For this one, you can writing the formula is the second central moment is sigma x square is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole square. X minus x bar whole square. Here, what we can conclude in these moments, for nth moment, for discrete or continuous random variable, discrete or continuous, the first point is discrete, comma, continuous, continuous random variables. Continuous random variables. For discrete and continuous random variables, the zeroth moment, this one is belongs to discrete random variable moment. This one is belongs to continuous random variable moment. When I have to consider the zeroth moment, the quantities are zeros. And second point we are identifying, we can observe from this, the second one is for discrete random variable and continuous random variables, the first moment is equal to expectation of x. Similarly, in case of continuous random variable, the first moment is equal to expectation of x. These are the points we are observing in moments of random variable about the origin. These are the key points we are identifying on the moments of a random variable about the origin. Coming to the variance, the second method is the moment of a random variable about the mean value. For that, we are identifying the zeroth moment. The zeroth central moment is, for a zeroth central moment, what is the quantity we are having? Just you can keep the value of n is equal to 0 in this equation. We are taking the 0 here. The remaining functionality is 1. Why? You can treating that is according to probability theory. The all quantities in any experiment, the all probability quantities in any experiment is equal to 1. And the second property of the essential conditions in a probability density function is equal to 1. That is, the area under the interval of a density function is equal to 1. Based on that two values, we can able to define that. Okay, we can identify the moment of random variable about the mean value is, in case of discrete random variable or a continuous random variable, those quantities are the mu naught is equal to 1. Here the mu naught is equal to 1. These values for zeroth central moment. In case of discrete random variable, the quantity is 1. In case of continuous random variable, the quantity is 1. Coming to the second one. The second one is the second central moment. The second central moment we are calling the variance. The mu2 is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole square. This one is calling the second central moment is also calling a variance. We are representing with sigma x square. We can writing the variance in terms of their moments is, to obtaining the relation is, the variance we are representing in terms of the moments of a random variable square. These are the property, these are the main points you can able to identify from your last class. Now we are going to discussing about what are the remaining properties we are having for a variance. After that, mean value, variance and a probability density function. Here I am writing one example. Find the following values by using by using the below tabular form. He is giving one table. In the table he is representing the random elements and the corresponding probabilities. Otherwise, in some cases he is asking that the random variable is having the elements are -4, -1, 2, 3, 4 and the corresponding probabilities. Otherwise, each and every element is having the probabilities 0.2. Is having the probabilities 0.2. We can able to find the following values. What is the following values? He is giving some values. Find probability density function. And second one is expected value or mean. And third point is variance. Here I am taking one example is relating to mean value and variance and probability density function. From this, how to simplifying that? This problem is simplifying that. Solution, the given data. Here I am writing the given data. We can tabulate that what is the values is given. Random variable x, the corresponding probability is probability of x. Element values are so -4, -1, 2, 3, 4. Each one is having the probability is say 0.2. 0.2 here, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2 here also 0.2. The total value is 1. What is asking the first point? He is asking you can able to find probability density function. For probability density function, what is the formula we are having? The representation of a probability density function is fx of x. Given information is relating to say continuous random variable or a discrete random variable. According to given data, we can identify the information is completely relating to discrete random variable. Why? Each and every element is having their individual probabilities. It is not having the range. That's why we can take in that the continue. That's why we can take that the discrete random variable density equation. The probability density equation is summation I is equal to 1 to n probability of x is equal to xi into del of x minus xi. Now you can representing what is the range he is mentioning in this sequence. What is the sequence of 4 to 4? Summation I is equal to what is the starting quantity? -4. What is the ending quantity? +4. Probability of capital X is equal to xi into del of x minus xi. Now you can represent the corresponding quantities. The first quantity is probability of x is equal to x of -4 into del of x minus x of 4 plus probability of x is equal to x of -3 del of x minus -3 is x of x minus. Similarly, you can write in the remaining quantities plus up to you can write in this entire sequences plus the probability of x is equal to x of 4 into del of x minus x of 4. You are writing the all quantities like this. Then you can substituting the corresponding values. The first quantity is 0.2 into del of x minus 0.2. X minus 0.2. Next, the quantity is at x of minus 3. At x of minus 3, we don't have any quantity, so I can take in that the quantity is 0. The 3 quantity, I am keeping the value 0 plus, and 2 quantities, so minus 2 quantities also be 0, and the remaining quantity is lying at minus 1. At minus 1, the quantity you can able to take in that the quantity is, what is that quantity? We are having is a minus 1, the quantity is a 0.2 del of, here which quantity you can consider? See here we are writing the quantities. What are the quantities we are having under this equation? We are writing here for those values are the probability at minus 4, the value is a 0.2, the value is 0.2 into del of x minus x of 4. X of 4 quantity is 4. That's why the minus into minus is a plus 4 plus the remaining quantities at minus 3 and minus 2, those probabilities are not there, that's why I can keeping those values are zeros. In the sequence, the minus 2 and minus 3 is not there, that's why we are making that their probabilities are zeros. We can keeping the zeros of the positions of minus 3 and minus 2. The next value is minus 1. Minus 1. At minus 1, the probability value is 0.2. The function is del of x plus 1. Del of x plus 1 plus the next quantity is at 2. At 2, the corresponding probability is, but here 0 and 1 both are not there, that's why I can keep those two values are zeros. Those two values are zeros. Next you can go for 2. For this 2, we are having the probability is 0.2. So del of x minus 2. X minus 2. Then you can go for the next element. The element is 3. So plus at 3, the corresponding probability is 0.2. 0.2 into del of x minus 3. Del of x minus 3 plus at 4. At 4, the quantity is 0.2 del of, what is the value we are having? It's a 4 quantity, that's why I can writing x minus 4. X minus 4. Now we can representing these quantities in a graphical orientation. This can be representing the density function of a probability. Now you can able to representing the graphical representation of the probability density function. You can take in the graph in a coordinate system. In this, on x-axis, you can consider the random variable capital X. On y-axis, you need to take the density function is fx of x. Fx of x. Here you can representing the elements. What are the elements we are having in a given data? Here I am representing those values. Those are, the first one is minus 4, and second one is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Here the zero quantity 1, 2, 3, 4. Just I have to give that the numbers to scale in a horizontal axis is a minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. This one is the origin. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. At minus 4, what is the quantity lying? Now this one is having the quantity is a 0.2. 0.2. In vertical axis, I have to give the magnitudes are is a 0.1. This one is a 0.2. Now I have to represent the first quantity. The first quantity is a 0.2 is multiplying with impulse. Multiplying with impulse. Here I am giving that the impulse graphical structure. That's why I am not taking this one. But I need that point is x is equal to minus 4. You can identify where the impulse is lying. You can equate in this quantity to 0. What are the quantity we are having under the impulse function, we can equate into 0, that quantity only the value existing. Here x plus 4 can equate to 0, we can obtain x is equal to minus 4. At minus 4, the quantity of impulse is 0.2. It is representing the magnitude of impulse. The magnitude of impulse for this function, here I am writing at minus 4, the magnitude is 2. Magnitude is 2. So you can writing up to 0.2. The next value is lying at x is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1. Remaining these two quantities are zeros. That's why I am not representing any impulse. At minus 1, it is having the quantities 0.2. Similarly, you can plot the remaining values at 1, 0, at 0, 0 quantities, at 2, the value is a 0.2. At 3, the quantity is 0.2. At 4, the quantity is 0.2. These are the quantities we are having. These quantities are representing. Finally, you can writing the name of this diagram is probability density function, probability density function, graphical structure. Probability density function, graphical structure. How to plot in this one? We can take in that the functional values, those values are representing in a graphical orientation. We are calling the probability density function. The second point is expected value. The expected value of a random variable. Here the given data is available in a discrete random variable. For a discrete random variable, expected value formula already we know that one is expectation of x is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n xi is the probability of xi into probability of xi. Here what are the quantities we are having? Already we know that the quantities are minus 4, minus 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the elements. These are the elements. Otherwise, you can plot that the tabular form once again. The x, p of x, the quantities are minus 4, minus 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 0.2, 0.2, 0.2 and 0.2 and 0.2. These are the quantities we are having. For these quantities, we can able to finding the mean value. Mean value. For finding the mean value, we can using this formula. Here, what is the range here? The summation I is equal to minus 4 to plus 4. Minus 4 to plus 4. The xi into probability of xi. Xi into probability of xi. Here you can expand in this entire sequence. You can writing x of minus 4 P of x of minus 4 plus x of minus 3, P of x of minus 3. Here I am writing on bottom the plus P of x of minus 2 to x of minus 2 plus x of minus 1, P of x of minus 1 plus x of 0, P of x of 0 plus x of 1, P of x of 1 plus x of 2 is the P of x of 2 plus x of 3, P of x of 3 plus x of 4, P of x of 4. This is the expansion for this sequence. In this sequence, we can able to substituting the corresponding quantities. In this one, some of the elements are not existing. In this sequence, some of the elements are not existing. That's why the corresponding values we can keeping as zeros. What are those values? At minus 3, at minus 2, at 0 quantity, at 1 quantity. The values are not existing in this table. That's why we can keep those values for zeros. The remaining values you can rewriting here. You can rewriting the remaining values. We can substituting those quantities. Those are minus 4 is multiplying with 0.2 plus minus 1 is multiplying with 0.2 plus 2 is multiplying with 0.2 plus 3 is multiplying with 0.2 plus 4 is multiplying with 0.2. Now we can multiplying those quantities. We can finalize in the value of expected value. That one is expectation of capital X. Expectation of capital X is equal to minus 4 into 0.2, so minus 0.8. Next, already we are having the negative sign, so minus 0.2, minus 0.2. The next quantity is plus 0.4, 0.4 plus 0.6 here plus 0.8, 0.8. Here you can see that what are the quantities are cancelled. You can cancel it. After that you can write it in the finalized value. It's a 0.8 and 0.2, both are negative quantities, are totally 10. In bottom is the 0.4 and 0.6, totally 10. These two are cancelled. Remaining quantity is 0.8. 0.8. This value is a expectation of random variable X. This can representing the expected value of a random variable X. Coming to the second one. What is the second one? Variance. The second one is the third one is variance. Variance. Here you can writing the variance is sigma x square is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole power 2. The second central moment is calling a variance. Already we are having one property in variance. That one is the variance you can representing in the moments. That is the second. Already we are deriving this relation. In this relation we are substituting their corresponding quantities. Already we know the first moment. The first moment is the expectation value is m1. Here you can able to find the second moment of a random variable. That's why here I am writing the second moment. So expectation of x square. Expectation of x square is representing the second moment of a random variable. For this, here I am writing it is a discrete or continuous. It is a discrete. That's why I am taking the summation. Summation I is equal to minus 4 to plus 4. The sequence is xi square. Why? We are having the square in a power of random variable x. That's why I am keep the value of a square term on the power of xi into probability of xi. Probability of xi. Here just you can substitute in what are the quantities we are having in this problem. Here what are the quantities we are having? Just you can square in the element values. You can multiply this squaring element with corresponding probability. The first element is minus 4 whole square, minus 4 whole square into the corresponding probability 0.2 plus minus 1 square, the corresponding probability is 0.2 plus next element is a 2 square into 0.2 plus 3 square into 0.2 plus 4 square into 0.2. These are the quantities we are having by using this formula. Now you can multiply those quantities. So 4 into 4 is a 16. 16 into 0.2. 0.2 is a 3.2. 3.2. Here minus 1 square means a 1 into 0.2 is a 0.2 plus 2 square means a 4. 4 into 0.2, the quantity is a 0.8 plus here 3 jars is a 9. 9 into 0.2 is a 1.8 plus the 4 jars is a 4 square, the quantity is 16 to 0.2 is 3.2. Now you can add in these quantities. 3.2 is a 1.8, the value is a 5, here 6, here 9.2, quantities